TK,
Yeah.
you think you're not getting new money?
Man, it's interesting because if Bob Myers was there, I would say yes. But now it's like I don't really know what kind of regime they're running there. I don't really know what Kent Lacob and Mike Dunleavy Jr., shout out to Portland, Oregon, are going to be up to.
Forgot, who Andrew Wiggins.
Mm.
They got 51, 43, 27, 27, and $24 million contracts right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, 51 is Steph.
Yep.
43 you said is Clay.
Yep.
25, 27 that's Draymond.
That's Jordan. Well, yeah, it's both of them. 27 and 27 is Jordan and Draymond Green.
And Wiggins is
24.
Wow, Wiggins is making less than Jordan Poole.
Yes.
Mm.
This is the final year of Andrew Wiggins' deal also.
Oh.
It's the final year of
Did they sign?
Well, wait, no, that might not be right. I'm just looking at next year. That might not be right. Ignore that. I don't know what Andrew Wiggins' upcoming years are. I'm only looking at next year. When does the new so this is what led us down this stupid rabbit hole, Trysta. What year does the Warriors can't sign Dante DiVincenzo? Does that start this year where they lose their mid-level exception, or does that start next year when the new tax apron goes into effect?
I think it's next year when the new tax apron goes into effect. Yeah, Andrew Wiggins will make 27 next year, 28 the following year, and a player option in 26-27 for 32 or 31 or 30.1, excuse me.
Oh, they're locked into a lot of money, even if they got rid of Clay and Draymond.
Steph will make 55 that the year after, and then 59. Ooh,
man!
How did Steph somehow manages to keep entering different tax brackets? After all these years, he keeps entering different tax brackets. That's amazing.
It's crazy. 60 mil.
The funny thing about like the Warriors situation is they're like, man, we pay this money, like we got to get rid of, Clay and Dre. Some people say that to, get into a better tax situation. But they keep on talking about getting rid of these guys, and they want to bring back a guy like DeAndre Ayton or something like that. Like, you're bringing back money. Like, you're going to be in the same situation probably for like the next 4 years, unless you get rid of like 4 players. Like 2 players aren't going to be enough. You're going to have to get rid of like 4 players to get where you're not super taxed.
Or trade these guys to a place that has a ton of cap room.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not that many places where you can just trade them off. And you're basically selling them for picks. Then you're committed. Now you're committed to a rebuilding process that we know for sure Joe Lacob is not committed to. He wants not just when I saw him at Summer League crowing about how stupid Portland was for paying Damian Lillard all that money. And he said, I forget to who, I think maybe it was like Vlade, how he wants the Warriors to compete not just every year for a championship in his lifetime, but his son's lifetime as well. And I was like, oh, he's insane.
Okay.
Hey, look, man, they say all the time, that's the type of the owner that every sports fan wants. And I agree. They're 100% correct. But like I said, if I'm Klay Thompson, if I'm Draymond Green, Steph Curry, when I step in there with negotiations, don't tell me you ain't got it. When I say I want the max, give me the max, because you told me money's not going to be an issue. So,
and if
give me the money.
But if you're really ruthless and you're Joe Lacob, you go, no, I've got the money. I'm just not giving it to you.
Correct.
And that's what it boils down to, is whether anyone in that organization has the onions to look at either one of those guys and say, you're not a $50 million a year player. Sorry. I've got the money. That's not the question. I'm just not giving it to you.
Well, and it's not, are you a million year player? It's like, are you a $75 million a year player? Because that's what I'm going to have to pay you 50. Because there's the penalties for that are like 50%. I have to pay not just, I remember I did some math when Kelly Oubre was there, and he was making like $60 million, according to like not what he was taking in, but what they had to pay for him based on all the tax apron stuff. And at that point, almost no one's worth that.
Except Steph.
Except for Steph.
You pay Steph $60 million. Well, and Jokic, which leads us into this. Well, first, official introduction. Welcome back, Trysta Krick, host of Bet MGM Tonight, Heat Check podcast, here with us every Tuesday. Who is the biggest? Well, that was formal. We're a formal show now. Thank you for the introduction. It's buttoning up. Buttoned up. Who's the biggest threat to Denver in the West next season?
Such a great question.
It is extremely sunny in your living room.
I was just
morning,
about to
by the
say,
way. I've never seen your living room like this. It is just
radiant.
It is beaming in your living room.
So here's the deal, guys. For you, and because things were not working, why is it starting to stress though? Because I was just about to crow about how good the Reds is, and then it's the Reds that started to get a little bad. Come on, Reds. Come on, Reds. There we go. I got a new camera to put on my thing, and I think it's just bringing a lot of light in.
It is bringing it's give me the light, Sean Paul.
And then I got this deal going. And I'm like, that's too much. So that's where we're at. Yeah, Who's the biggest threat to Denver? It's not Phoenix. It's not Dallas. It's not New Orleans.
We'll get back to that.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
we literally, the chatty house has been waiting a week.
Can we just
we can go there right. Go ahead. Pull
okay. Over. So all my time covering Zion, I'm wondering how he gets so fat. And now I know that he's obviously smoking on that good and eating a ton and eating his feelings through the rehab process, as I imagined in my own mind. And if he doesn't have work to do to burn them calories off, or a coach like Stan Van Gundy running them into the ground for 3-hour, 4-hour practices 5-6 times a week, he's going to explode like the character from, I can say, but Bastard, yeah.
There's so much innuendo in this whole like layout that you just had. There's just so many different like little pause-worthy moments. Yeah, like I wasn't sure what. Like
he's gonna what?
I feel like I know you so well. Like I felt like everything you said had an underlying tone to it.
Yep, that's right. And then he ends up making some poor decisions with who he decides to burn the calories off with. And I just don't really know what to say about it other than I'm so glad that she tweeted. Just the only thing that I was glad she tweeted was that he was basically just chilling at the crib on a lawn chair like most 20-something-year-old guys with Coke cans all over the place and some like resin in an ashtray and like flaming hot Cheetos on the couch. Like, okay, this is what I envisioned. Like the facts have been checked, receipts have been signed, and I was right about why he just can't compete at a high level.
Apparently, he's also a heavy sweater.
Well,
and also, let's normalize spitting in the mouth. Like that's normal.
Well, okay, all right, okay. Kenny, you were gonna say? Please
that's
tell
normal.
me all the kids are out of your studio, by the way.
Yeah, we're good. The kids
okay, all right.
No Cooper.
Make sure Cooper's not allowed.
Kids here.
There's
Can we get a graphic up when I come on and there are kids in the producer studio?
There's no kids in the studio right now. They're all eating pizza.
Today was bring your kid to work day.
Jesse will give
I feel like I should have been told about that.
Yeah, you probably should have.
She's good. There's no kids here.
We're fine. We're safe.
Podcast title too, by the way.
We're safe. We're good.
It's like D-Lo and Casey episode. I feel spitting in the mouth should be normalized.
She said it again. Yep.
And here's the thing, though. If it was normalized, maybe he wouldn't need to go to porn stars in order to feel like he get those little vanilla rocks off.
Jeez. Wow.
The chatty house is probably going crazy. I don't know what's going on in there, but
so here's what I'll ask you. Even with everything that you just said, all the issues that we have, if you're the Charlotte Hornets, do you trade for Zion Williamson at the number 2
sure,
pick?
why not? Sure. He's a Jordan guy. Jordan loves getting Jordan guys on the squad. Why not?
Well, you're also, I guess there's no pressure in Charlotte either. You can just go there and fail. That's just what happens in Charlotte.
Let me make it even more difficult. If you talk to Dame and Dame was like, I like that idea, would you trade 3 for Zion Williamson? I'm only asking because obviously the report came out yesterday that the Pelicans are looking to get up to 2 or 3.
Yep.
We're all assuming that Zion would have to be part of that deal because I don't think they're getting rid of Brandon Ingram.
Boys, Portland has the most strip clubs per capita in the U.S. I do not want Zion in Portland. That's more you know. So I would want, if I'm doing that deal and I'm Portland, it's Brandon Ingram or nothing.
Can I ask a quick question? Just a sidebar. Why does Portland have that?
I don't know. Didn't make the rules.
Where would you think has the most?
Probably rain.
Oh, like boredom.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't be outside, so why not go look at? Yeah, I probably just would have gone with Atlanta. I probably would have gone with Atlanta.
I probably would have thought Vegas.
Well, yeah, Vegas is probably different because they just come to your room in Vegas. I've heard. They handed me a
website for that, or there's like a website you just go on. You just go on your app, you just plug it in, and then just ding dong. They just show up, ding dong.
Zion Williamson having a Snapchat under Zion Williamson is also pretty. That's also pretty wild.
I feel like this is the second time we've seen that Snapchat. Didn't he
get in trouble with the Snapchat once before?
I don't think he got in trouble, so to speak. But
like Draymond Green?
No, it was like he was trying to get at another girl on Snapchat. Like
I felt like that's true.
Like that. Heavy active on the Snapchat.
He got caught up by a UNC cheerleader. She leaked the snap.
Oh,
yo,
got him.
They're out of pocket for that too. By the way,
listen, I think athletes and entertainers might be the only one keeping Snapchat alive with all their dirt.
Might be
all the disappearing messages and
yeah, disappearing messages.
And it was like Zion has saved this video to his camera roll, and it was like Zion's just like everybody else.
It's just like us.
Trysta knows how Snapchat works. Shout out to Josh Jacobs. That's a deep cut for those that remember.
That's a good one. That's good memory.
Oh, I got you. Wait, did we? Okay, so we diverted to Zion. So Zion's open for Zion business, so to speak. Everyone's thinking he could be traded.
I think so.
Okay.
Stock at an all-time low, though. It's hard to trade someone who's
not good. Yeah, it's not good.
Is it hard to trade Zion right now?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think,
but I don't think it's as attractive as it. Like to her point, I still think I think her point is accurate. It's at an all-time low, but I don't think it's hard to trade for him.
Right. Well, I'm saying it's at an all-time low, but that all-time low is still pretty high.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree.
We're talking
it's like star level trade. It's not going to be like a Donovan Mitchell level trade or a Rudy Gobert level trade or a Dame level trade, but you're going to get a lot. I mean, you're going to get a couple of pieces back. But if I'm Portland and say I was open for that, for whatever reason that would be, because Zion doesn't play any defense whatsoever, so the fit's bad. I mean, you're getting number 3 and some salary to match. You want Scoot, that's the future of your team. That's the 3 overall pick is one of the most valuable picks in a long time. So that's just what it's going to be. We're not giving you maybe 3 and 23, like this year's 23rd overall pick that we have from the Knicks. Mm-hmm. But that's it. Like, you're not getting next year's picks. You're not getting it first next year. No chance.
No, absolutely not. I say all that to say I still think he's captivating in the basketball.
Oh yeah.
Like basketball wise.
He's
Like,
As opposed to what else?
Well, it's
Well.
captivating off the court. This scenario has been pretty captivating.
Someone needs to take that girl's Twitter away.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like it's like 5 days of this. It's got to
It's just
end.
going down. I mean, when I'm not even doing follow-ups because it's just too much.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'd argue the situation is significantly bigger because she won't stop tweeting about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's
So-
accused of all kinds of stuff too.
Yeah, she really turned heel on him quick. Like she went at him hard. No. Just pause everything.
And you kissed that one.
So, who's best positioned to challenge Denver next year?
I don't know, guys. I really don't know. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of holes everywhere. I did see some futures numbers. I'm going to give it out now because as we know, you give it out, you don't take it, and the number moves. Sacramento, 45-1. It's a far cry from just to win the division at 45-1. I know, folks, the times have changed. But you're going to get a lot of cash out options as they go through the playoffs. And I think there's going to be some moves made to increase the quality of the roster. The price is just tremendous compared to like Cleveland's price of 20-1. Let's be honest. Cleveland is no closer to winning a title than the Sacramento Kings. Let's be real. They're probably trading Donovan Mitchell at some point to the New York Knicks if he forces his way out of there. So, or they have to trade Jared Allen or Evan Mobley or one of them. They're going to make moves. I think Jared Allen would be excellent on the Blazers, by the way. That would be really fun. But I do like that. I don't think it's like challenging the Nuggets. The Nuggets are the most complete team. We've known that. We just didn't know whether their defense could travel into the playoffs. That was the main question. What are the non-Jokic minutes like? They were okay. Can this team defend at a high level? Yes. The question that I have is how would they have done against a potent, high-scoring team? We didn't really see that. We saw the Timberwolves, which gave them a fight. You had the Suns that went 6, but they weren't deep at all, and they went through peaks and valleys with scoring. You play the Lakers, who can't hit a 3 to save their ass. And then you play the Miami Heat team, who can put up 95 points in a game. And listen, like that's good defense from Denver, but let's be real. That's the Miami Heat brand of basketball. What would it have been against like a very high, potent, like team that could score on all 3 levels and defend? We'll never know. We'll have to see next year if that ever comes to fruition.
Who is
but
that team?
I don't know. I
I don't know
mean,
who that
that's
team is.
at their best, that's Boston. At their best, that's Boston. But I don't think that that's what this team is right now with the culture issues that they have. Joe Mazzulla is now. Did you guys see that they gave the kindergartner who is in charge of the school some assistant coaches who know what they're doing? They hired Charles Lee. They hired Sam Cassell.
Yeah.
Guys that should be head coaches are like his little cabal now.
Yeah, but that's not, and that's, you're right. You're 100% right, but that's not unusual.
No.
I mean, that's especially with a young coach. This was an opportunity he didn't have 7 days before the season started when he got named the head coach. So I don't fault them for that. I do think, while he'll never admit it, I think Brad Stevens wishes he had a do-over and that he didn't remove the interim title during the season.
There was no benefit to doing that.
In his head, there was. But I'm with you in that I believe he was wrong. I understand the line of thinking of, I don't want Joe Mazzulla to feel like he's coaching for his job. Well, everybody was coaching for their job. Like Doc Rivers was coaching for his job. Mike Budenholzer was coaching for his job. And the fact is, all of those, Monty Williams, all of those guys were available after you determined that Joe Mazzulla was going to be your head coach for the next 4 years.
Yeah, if you're the head coach of a team, it doesn't matter if you're an interim or if you have 5-6 years left on your deal. You could be fired at any time.
Right.
It just depends on how much you'll be getting paid for them to get you to leave. That's really the only difference. So you're always coaching for your job. It's just whether you're coaching for your job and you're in the unemployment line or whether you have 5 years of salary before you get another assistant gig or a head coaching gig.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you. I sit here and think about this. And this is probably not fair at all. I understand that. I can't see Denver repeating. They're the best team in basketball right now, for sure. But if Denver Nuggets going to win back-to-back NBA championships, it could happen.
Yeah, I can see it.
It could happen. But I wouldn't bet on them winning a championship next year.
Yeah, I think that's where the media will be all year. That's why I think the price will get better. Because the price is at about as worse as it's ever going to be. It's like plus 450, which is extremely low. 4-1 odds for a team that just won the title to win it again. I think when Golden State won it last year, it was plus 550 for them to repeat. Boston, I think, was right in the mix around the same. Boston's right around the same now. So I wouldn't take that bet. But
like, do you think we feel any different about Denver than we did about Milwaukee when they won a championship? I mean, Giannis
yes,
was that as a god. They had everybody coming back. Like, oh, they could do it again. And I think they lost in the second round. Chris Middleton got hurt, so there's that. But I don't know. I get the same vibes from Denver as
the difference that I have around that is that Giannis has big time flaws in his offensive game, and he regressed from like a free throw shooting perspective. He's never been a shooter, period. Jokic can offensively do anything on the floor. He has no holes. He can pass. I mean, he's not like going to yam on you, but that doesn't really matter, right? And from an assist standpoint, getting guys the ball, getting them involved, that's not changing. Rebounds aren't changing. Free throw percentage not changing. 40% from three is not changing. Really what you would be imagining to yourself is that Jamal Murray might regress. Is Jamal Murray – how many years, though, do we need to see healthy Jamal Murray in the postseason be this and be like, yeah, I don't trust it?
That's the thing. What if Jamal, like, ascends?
Yeah.
Like, what if he gets even better? Like, and that's we were talking about this. That's where I look at Denver being the most dangerous is Jamal, not Jokic. Jokic has been doing this for 4 years now, but Jamal now just getting right, clearly having his confidence back, having the best season he's had since the injury. Like, if this is him moving forward and this is this duo, yeah, like I could see Denver back here. For sure.
And Aaron Gordon in a complementary role as a defender and a cutter and a guy who can get transition buckets. Those three are the core. I could care less about Michael Porter Jr. I care less about him. He's limited in terms of what he can do from a physiological standpoint. He shoots threes, but very clearly he can be taken out of a game mentally. He's an up and down guy. Like, I don't know that he's a guy you pay max money to. So, but you can fill your team out with role player shooters. I like Michael Porter Jr. No shade to him, but those three to me are the core.
I think I'm not gonna say he's the difference between winning a championship and not, because I don't know if I feel that way. But I think they need to find a way to bring back Bruce Brown. I think that's imperative. I think he was. A lot of people talk about KCP, and rightfully so. He did a great job as well. But I thought Bruce Brown played a perfect role for them this year. He's a free agent, unrestricted free agent, and they got to find a way to bring him back. I don't know if Christian Brown is quite ready to fill that same role if Bruce Brown is gone.
I don't think he's gone. I think he's got a Kenny Caraway style Louis Vuitton bag full of cash on the way. I don't think he's going anywhere. From Denver.
Denver can pay him that much?
Yeah, why couldn't? Why wouldn't they be able to?
I mean, they got the Jokic deal, they got the Murray deal, they got Aaron Gordon, they got Michael Porter Jr. I don't know their cap situation to a T, but I mean, that's 4 nice size contracts right there. And Bruce Brown may be looking at.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. They only have a $12 million luxury tax bill at this point. And so they've got a couple of guys off the books. But yeah, I mean, you're largely Bruce Brown as a player option for 6.8. So maybe he opts into the player option, maybe he extends, but you've got his bird rights. He was in the taxpayer mid-level exception. Wow, you got him on the mid-level. Whew.
That'd be crazy to opt in.
Yeah, I bet he gets 10. What do you think? 10?
Maybe there's a wink deal. opt in.
Yeah.
We'll take care of you.
Wink, wink my ass. I want my money. Give me my new money.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably gonna double that on the open market.
Yeah.
Michael Porter
open
Jr.
market?
makes $33 million a year. I'm
Yeah.
vomiting. I'm vomiting.
Okay. Well, let's do that part off
You talked
camera
to-
before
the-
this turns into a Mariah
well, the
Mills
funny
tweet.
thing is, I was lost for a second because she was like, "Yeah, Jokic, you could do everything. He might not yam on you, but he can do everything." I was like, I thought we were talking about Jokic, not Zion.
Okay, will you stop? My goodness. Mariah Mills, by the way, tweeted today. She's still tweeting. She hasn't stopped. She's posted some interesting videos too.
I went down the
Oh.
media route on her Twitter. It
Oh.
was not a great idea. I caught a couple of shower videos. And I was like,
Oh my God!
Okay. Trysta Krick, Bet MGM tonight.
Oh.
Heat Check podcast, wherever you get podcasts from. Talks about Brandon Miller in the Charlotte Hornets on the latest episode. Go check that out.